You mentioned, I think you've got something of the order of 20 officers in the Port of Bristol Police. You came in from having been in Warwickshire, Avon and Somerset, and we'll come on to your overseas experience.
Yep.
What about the other 19 of your officers? Do they come in as new recruits to the Port of Bristol Police, or are you recruiting from other areas?
So it's very different in a kind of private sector arena. I've got an eclectic mix of officers in terms of age and experience. There are a small handful of us who have Home Office experience, and again, our experience within a Home Office force is very, very different. I completed 30 years mainly in neighbourhood policing and operations. Others have a CID background, some have a traffic background, but we're very few in numbers. Some of my staff come from a military police background and experience of policing largest military establishments and airports and naval bases, so they bring their own kind of set and skills.
So mostly experience, people with experience.
No, we're still very much in a minority.
Oh, right, okay.
We then have a number of people who have joined us in a very circuitous route and have either worked for the port under one of the operational arms and have decided that policing is something that they would like to get into, and we have various kind of entry points. So some might be purely based upon our gate work, other might be based around the Department for Transport, international security, shipping security, port facilities regulations, and then from that we look wherever possible to recruit and fill vacancies from within. So recently I've taken 2 police support officers. They've been appointed as fully warranted constables, have undergone some limited training, but a lot of the training is based on the job.
And just as one of the tugs just pulls in near to us, some experience, then some less experienced. Training, I'm doubting you have your own training, access to training facilities and the like. So how do you manage that?
We're very fortunate. We have a very good working relationship with Avon and Somerset, who have primacy down on the port. They're responsible for the whole of Avon and Somerset, although there is an understanding that actually we are quite capable and competent, and this then becomes an area where Avon and Somerset don't have to worry about. We will provide training venues for Avon and Somerset, for driver training, for firearms. You can see we've got some very high cranes for their rope access training. Their maritime people will come down and use the facilities within the berth, and consequently Avon and Somerset will provide us with a great deal of training, ranging from body-worn videos to officer safety training to using crime recording niche systems. Some training is kind of bespoke to us. For instance, in my role here, I'm the Chief Officer, but I also have to be Port Facility Security Officer, and I have to be qualified to do that, and that training is delivered where I took my training from was in Merseyside Port, up at Peel Port, and I've been accredited there.